6 months is looking at specific zip codes in the area. So we started with this zip code 77009. Then we ventured out to 008. We looked at 018, which is Independence Heights. But I had a client call me the other day, and he said, "Hey, what can I buy inside of the loop for $350?" And I said, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's interesting, right?" And I said, "Well, I mean, not much, right? And so, but we can help. There might be some a nugget that we can find." And he said, "Well, you know, I want to find something inside the loop because I work downtown." I said, "Okay, all right. Well, let me look." And so I felt like that would be a good platform to kind of start venturing into another study, right, to share with all of you. And so what I want to show today is kind of the beginning of what I want to do with a study inside the loop. Everybody talks about inside the loop, right? What can I get inside the loop, right? Inside the loop. What's in the inner loop? So, so I'm going to start this path inside the loop, evaluating what we can find in the inner loop. So, when I look at the inner loop, we've got a total of 24 zip codes. Okay, there is some overlap, all right, inside the loop. So, for example, 77055, there is some overlap, right? You've got some stuff inside the loop, some stuff outside the loop. 77401, there's a lot inside the loop, and then also some outside the loop. We went back 6 months, okay, to look at what has sold in the area over the last 6 months. And we're only looking at single family homes, okay? Only stuff that has sold. There's a lot of information on this graph, so don't be scared. And so I'll explain. So what we're looking at is the average sold price inside the loop for those 24 zip codes, okay, over the course of time in 6 months, okay? And so it's ascending from least to greatest, right? The lowest amount that you can afford to the highest amount. Because this person called and said, "What can I afford for $350? Can I afford something in the Heights?" I said, "Well, you can, but maybe we should look at another area, right?" So this graph tells us what the average sold price is inside the loop over the 24 zip codes, okay? So if you look at the first 6 zip codes, this is everything in the 200s, 200,000 or less, right? So some of the more common neighborhoods are Pleasantville, Harrisburg, Manchester, Kashmere Gardens, if you're familiar with that, Second Ward, South Side. All of that stuff is kind of towards the east of the loop, inside the loop. And so you can afford something in there. Whether it improves or it increases, only time will tell, right? But there is data that shows that you can purchase something inside the loop in that zip code in that price range, okay? If we move up to the 300,000s, now we're looking at Fifth Ward, Denver Harbor, Lawndale, East Downtown. Average price point in those areas are in the 300s, okay? Once we move into the 400s, now we're looking at the Third Ward, Midtown, and these are the 2 zip codes, 77004, 002. The client that called wanted to know if he could buy in the Heights. We look at the Heights, we're looking at 500 to 600. Heights, North Hill, North Side, 77009, 007, 008. That's where we're at right now. Okay, here to the side of us, 008. To the right of us, right, 009. To the south of us, 77007, which is like Rice Military and whatnot. And so when he said I can only afford about $350 or so, I didn't tell him that he couldn't buy anything in there, but I said, look, the average is about 500. We might be able to find something in that area, but you know we're going to have to look hard for that, right? Because the average is between 500 and 600. Okay. And then if you continue going, you're looking at Montrose in the 700s, and then if you look at the right side of the graph, we're at 800 and above, Rice Village, River Oaks, Westview, and Alton Oaks. We all know those areas, right? So I thought it was an interesting graph to show what you could purchase inside the loop, right? We all talk about it.